Senator Daines.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Despite their rhetoric, Vice President Harris, the Democrats are launching a war on our Main Street businesses and Americans who are already living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, Wall Street Journal earlier this year called this the $6 trillion election because we're looking at a $6 trillion tax hike if President Biden's Vice President Kamala Harris and Democrats have their way. From the Vice President's tie-breaking vote imposing an invasive 1099-K requirements, supersizing the IRS, and her call to repeal the pass-through deduction, her record is crystal clear. She's called for an increased death tax and effectively repealing the stepped-up basis, risking the livelihood of Montana farmers and ranchers. She would raise the corporate rate to 28%. This is about global competitiveness. Higher than the EU, higher than communist China, to help fund her tax and spend agenda. Using our businesses as a piggy bank will cost thousands of jobs, make us less globally competitive, and decrease our GDP by an estimated $1.3 trillion. I spent most of my private sector career working for businesses that were competing globally, competing against China. And I can tell you this is a threat to our ability to compete long term. To put it in a different way, for each dollar of revenue raised, the economy loses $1.74, nearly double what it brings in. Vice President Harris also touted her capital gains plan as a less painful version than what her administration previously laid out, but that simply isn't true. In addition to hiking up the rate, she will force small and family-owned businesses to pay the net investment income tax. These businesses would face an unprecedented 5% tax increase on top of what they already pay. If this isn't bad enough, she's pushing for an unconstitutional tax on unrealized capital gains to fund her far-left agenda. Now, the hearing we're having today paints our small and family-owned businesses somehow as tax-evading criminals. Using the tax code to maximize your profit so you can reinvest in your business, increase wages, hire more employees is not wrong, despite what the Democrats may say. Mr. Brabrand, how will small businesses fare in light of these draconian tax hikes? And the top rate's going up about 30% if these Main Street business tax rates are increased under the Harris plan.
It would be difficult for them. A recent survey shows 66% would increase prices and about 44% would delay, postpone, or cancel planned capital investments in their small businesses.
Under this administration, we have faced record inflation. The debt has skyrocketed, increasing nearly $78,000 every second. They've negotiated a disastrous international agreement, sending U.S. tax dollars to European bureaucrats, while families are struggling with high prices and wages and simply aren't keeping up. As one of my friends has said, the most expensive vehicle the Americans drive today is their grocery cart. Vice President Harris shows no signs of stopping these dangerous policies. In fact, she will accelerate them, despite what she's saying right now. She travels the country running for president, and I'll continue to fight for our Main Street businesses. Mr. Chairman, I yield back my time.